Right. Hello again, everyone. My name is Wojtakaren, and I will be showing you Writefull today. If you have any questions during the webinar, feel free to ask them in the chat, and we'll have some time near the end of the webinar to go through them all. Or you can at the end of the webinar, you can ask them by voice if you want. The webinar will be recorded. I will send you the recording link probably next week or maybe late this week, but probably next week. Right, let's begin. All right, so first, a couple words about our company. It was started in 1991, and it's called Albertina Ikome Praha in the Czech Republic and Albertina Ikome Bratislava in Slovakia. We started in 1991, specializing in CD-ROM, and then in 1995 we moved over to online resources, and today we are mostly selling access to ebooks and electronic journals, but also some specialized tools such as Writefull, for example. On the screen, you can see a list of many of the partners we work with. There's more of them. Obviously, Writefull is not on this list, but if you're receiving if your library is receiving some content from some of these, it might be through us. And we also work with the national consortia, the Czech-LIB in the Czech Republic and CVTI in Slovakia. And now for Writefull. Writefull, we have many different institutional customers currently in the Czech Republic. So you can see the list on the screen. So if you are part of these universities, you should have access. Take a look at the website of the library, and you should see how to access Writefull. And in Slovakia, the list is a little bit shorter, but still the same applies. So if you are from any of these four institutions, you should have access. And oh, sorry, this was an old slide. If you're interested in trial access to try out Writefull, please contact your library, and through that we can arrange a trial. And now I will go over to Writefull itself. This was just a short introduction. Okay, all right. So now for Writefull. What is Writefull? Well, as you know, during your studies or your academic career, you need to write a lot of text in academic English, but many students struggle with this because, or researchers even, because academic writing is very different from just general English, and even if you know English very well, you can struggle with it too. And that is why Writefull was developed to help students and researchers with their academic writing. Writefull corrects mistakes in text using deep learning models, which is a strand of artificial intelligence. They went through millions of published journal articles and ebooks, and through these, they trained the models to give feedback on academic writing, which is why Writefull's feedback is tailored to scientific writing and why it's better than some other general tools. Writefull gives feedback in 5 different categories mostly, but honestly, nowadays it's not divided into these categories, and it's all together. But you can see, for example, with punctuation, it can be fairly difficult for foreign speakers because each language has their own punctuation rules. So even if you know how the rules, if you're used to how the rules work in a language, in your language, it can be different in English, and some specialized spelling of scientific words, and also as far as academic writing goes, some using the style, so using words that are informal, that wouldn't be appropriate to use in the context. Writefull is also private and secure. If you send them your text to check, it's encrypted end to end when it's traveling through the web. And afterwards, Writefull doesn't store any texts that you send them. It doesn't even store the suggestions it gives you, and they don't use your data to train their models and improve their models. They use the data they already have and some open source or purchased new data, but not yours, so do not worry. Recently, Writefull has started providing some extended AI features. These are not yet available on all of the institutions. Some of them do not have this, so if you don't see the extended AI features, that is probably why. It is their decision whether or not they get the extended features or not. But you can see that there is some new specialized features. I will show them to you afterwards in the practical part of the webinar. And now for the different Writefull products. Writefull is divided mostly into these 4 products. Two of them, the ones at the top, are fairly similar, just for different audiences, different users of different tools, and the ones on the bottom are more generalized and used and also aren't connected to any specific tools, but can be accessed through the browser. But first of all, I will show you how Writefull for Word works. I will go to the Writefull website, writefull.com, and up here you can see all of the resources you might need. But what we are interested in right now is here to click on Products and Writefull for Word. In here you can see a link to add to Word. Here a small interlude about requirements. If you're using Writefull 2016 or later, you are good, and you can just click add to Words. If you are using Writefull 2013, you need to download a legacy version, which still works. It's installed a little bit differently, and they might not have all of the features, but you can still use it. Here you click at Add to Word. It opens the Microsoft App Source store where you can install it, but you need to log in and etc. So it's I usually do it a different way. So I usually open Microsoft Word directly, and I click on add-ins in here. And here, if you search for Writefull, it will just open it will just find the add-in, and you can install it, and it's there. After it's installed, you will need to log in first or create your account. If you're accessing through the institution, you need to use an institutional email address, and that you can get. Well, you have it from an institution. And if you haven't created an account yet, you need to create it here. But I have, so I will sign in. And after it's done, you can see the whole new Writefull interface here. It is hidden up here. There's a new button. If you click it, it opens the Writefull tab, and you can access it. And now for the different parts of this interface. The most I think the most useful ones are the basic Writefull functionality, which is to check your text. You can use these two buttons at the top, either check paragraphs or check document. Check document gives you language suggestions on the whole text, which if you have a longer text can take quite some time. So I usually recommend when writing just to use check paragraph, which will just use only this paragraph and give you language suggestions. You can see the suggestions here. Here you can use track changes, the functionality in Word or not. That's your choice. I usually leave it turned off, and if you click on the suggestions, it will show you where in the text it appears, and you can either accept, and it will directly change the wording, or you can, if you do not agree with the suggestion, you can click on reject, and it will remove it from the list. You can even click on it. You can use you can use some shortcuts that are listed here with the info button. So that was these two. I will not be clicking on check paragraph because it takes too long, and it does the same thing pretty much. But you can go through the whole text here. Here I would just quickly say one thing. Even though Writefull's language models are very good, it's just a machine, and it can make a mistake. So please don't just go clicking on accept on every suggestion, but only do so when you actually agree with the suggestion, because it can happen that they are wrong, obviously. Next on, we have some of the AI tools that I mentioned earlier. These can be helpful to you while writing your text to do some smaller things. The first one you have generate. So if you so you can either generate a title based on your selected text. So for example, if I select the abstract and click on this, it will generate me a title for my work. And the same if I select the document, it can generate an abstract for me. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of using AI to generate your text. I think you should write it yourself, but the tools are there if you need them. Here you can see it wrote an abstract for me. You can copy it and pass it into your text, or you can generate it again to have a different result. Then you have rewrite. So if you choose some passage, you can click on rewrite and choose one of these many different options to rewrite. You can paraphrase, which just rewrites it in a little differently. Make concise to make it shorter. Make punchy to make it more impactful. Make scientific if you're feeling that it's too general. You can split it up into smaller parts, a sentence, or you can merge multiple sentences into one. You can let us try one of them, for example, this one, and let us go for let's make it more scientific. it was this sentence. Oh, maybe I broke it by changing the selected text. I'm sorry. All right, and you see that it rewrote the text, and if you click on insert, it will directly change it up with the text you had there. So these are all of the rewrite functions you have here. Feel free to test them out if you have access. Then we have summarize. If you have some text and you're not 100%, you think that it's a bit too long or something, you want to summarize it, you can get a summary. So if I select the text, click on summarize, it will give me give me a summary of the text. I can, of course, again, copy or regenerate it. And I can also click on explain, and it will explain it to be more clear. It, yeah, feel free to try it out. And also, the last tool I can use here is synonyms in context. So let us use, I have this. Oh, here is the biggest issue. Is my favorite example, and if I click on it, it will give me some options of how to rewrite it. If I click it, it will directly replace it. There is also some tools up here that you can use. You can click this to switch between British English and American English. So whichever you're closer to. You can use sentence palette, which used to be a part of Word, but currently it is just the website that if you open it, it will open this website, and here you can see some different categories of the sections of scientific writing, and some subcategories, and here it shows you example of the different text you have here. It used to be part of Word. Currently, they moved it out this way, so you need to select the text, copy it, and paste it into Word. But on the other hand, you can use it even from Overleaf or something, just if you know this link. And the last tool I have here is the most generic one. Again, this is just part of the extended AI features, and it's called Ask AI. And you're probably familiar with the interface here. It's just a chat bot that you can use to do something with the text here. So if I click on it, I can, for example, I can pretty much kind of use all of the things here through Ask AI. So if I explain this, it will just explain it again, like through the main thing, but I can go through it differently. I can, I don't know, make it into bullet points. As you can see, it gives me some bullet points. Unfortunately, it's not very well structured. As you can see, it removed the new lines, so you would need to work with it a little bit, but it's still it works very well, and yes, you can play around with it. I think that is all for Writefull for Word. The most important, again, is check paragraphs and check document. We'll go back to the presentation. So that was Writefull for Word. The next tool is Writefull for Overleaf. If you're not familiar with Overleaf, it's a tool that's for writing text in a more scientific or programming matter. It is used at many universities. For example, the Czech Technical University uses it, and there's a bit of a learning curve, but afterwards it's more powerful than Microsoft Word, and it's more, let's say, it's more precise, because sometimes, I don't know if you've experienced this, you feel like Word is doing whatever it wants, and you're not able to make it do exactly what you want. But there, you cannot have this problem with Overleaf. Again, if I click an Overleaf here, it used to be an extension for Google Chrome that you need to install, but nowadays it's a direct part of Overleaf. So now if I click at Overleaf, go to overleaf.com and open a text, it will immediately show me Writefull here with all the tools. Again, you need to sign in, but I will not be showing this again. And here you can see all of the tools. It checks through your text automatically. So if I click on this, it will give me directly the suggestion for the text. I can accept it or reject it, and go through the text this way. You do not need anything to start it again. A new thing that was not part of Writefull for Word is that here you can select which language model you would like to review your text. You can either use the original Writefull model, which is recommended, I would say, because it was trained on academic texts, but you can also use the GPT model, which they have tweaked a little bit, but it's still the GPT model. One important note on most of the AI feature is that they are sent to OpenAI servers, can maybe kept there for up to 30 days, but not saved afterwards and not used to train their models. And Writefull does not store your text at all, which we already mentioned. Or you could actually make your custom prompt and use the GPT model tweaked a little bit. This is more advanced feature, but you can play with it as well. Then you have all of the many of the features that you had here before. We have the title generator and abstract generator. And if we select some text, we have again paraphrase, change style, split or join, etc. So all of the features we had there, and we have text GPT, which is the same as pretty much the same as Ask AI for your help to do anything you want. You can use again the title generator, abstract generator. You can use an equation generator, which here you will you either write your own text, so provide the Friedman equations. Let's try what it does, and it will generate the LaTeX. It will generate the LaTeX text that will generate this thing, or you can even drop in an image, and it works fairly well. I've tried it already, and it puts in the text. So now, if I put in the equation and recompile, we should see, as you can see, it put in the equations. Honestly, I'm not sure if these are correct or not because I'm not no professional at this, but that's your that's for you to try out. Next we have a table generator, so you can write what your table should look like, and it will generate it. So again, so that you don't have to write the code yourself. And afterwards, we have all of the paraphraser, change style, split or join, summarize, explain, and synonymizing in context. So all of these. The last thing here is the settings, where you can disable the language check if you don't want it. You can choose which language model you're using again, switch in between British and American English, and some other other tools. So that was all for the tools that help you while writing, and now for there are some tools that help you revise a text. Writefull Revise is kind of fairly similar to what Writefull for Word and Overleaf are doing, just in the browser. So if I open this and open Writefull Revise, it will go through the text and give me the suggestions. It is a fairly basic tool compared to the other ones. This just gives you the suggestions, nothing else. No other options. You just have to go through it and change it. And so if you click here on the guide, you can see the guide, and you can see it's going through the whole text and giving the suggestions. It is fairly basic, but if you're using a different version of Microsoft Word or some open source writing tool or something else, this is what you can use to check your text fairly easily. But as I said, it's not as advanced as the other tools. And lastly, here is Writefull Site, which is also browser based, but it's entirely different, an entirely different tool. It gives you feedback on your text on places where some citations might be missing. Here, just to be clear, it is not anti-plagiarism or anything like that. It is not comparing your text to some others. It is only going through the text with language through language analysis. It thinks this seems that there might be it might be missing a citation. If I click on compact view, it will only show me the parts of the text where the citation might be missing. And here you can see in the parenthesis what percentage or how much sure is Writefull that the citation is missing. Here it's fairly clear, so it says it has been described that something, but you haven't provided the source where it's been described, so that's why it's fairly certain. But in other ones, for example, here it says it's believed that something, so here is just 80% sure that you're missing the citation. Up here you can switch with what certainty it will show you all of these missing citations. So if you just want to be fairly sure, it shows less of them. And the compact view, I already showed you to go through them quickly. And again, the guide is up here. So that is all for the mostly all. Oh, I'll show you one more thing. There is a useful website called x.writefull.com, which takes many of the special features from Writefull Word and Overleaf and shows them to you here in the browser, so you can use them here. So paraphraser, economizer, and things like that. So you can use these features even if you're using Revise, you can still use them here in the browser. Now for technical requirements. For Writefull device and site, you can use pretty much any modern browser. And I still haven't repaired my presentation, but Writefull for Overleaf goes the same thing because it's no longer a Chrome add-in, so you can use also pretty much any modern browser. For Writefull for Word, it's a little bit more difficult because you can use Microsoft Word 2013 or newer, or Microsoft Word 365. But for some of the older version, you need to use the legacy version of the add-in from the website that I showed you at the beginning. And also you need an institutional email to be able to log in. This also goes for Overleaf to be recognized that you are part of this institution and have the premium features. And now comes the part for the questions. If you have any questions, feel free to give them to me. Okay. I have the first question here. When I log into Overleaf, how does it know that I'm institution has the license Writefull? It's working pretty much the same thing as with the Word. So you need to log in with your institutional email and it will give you the citations. Sorry. I was reading the question already. If you log in with your institutional email, it will recognize that you're part of the institution and give you the premium features. Mariano asked, thank you very much. Do you have some experience, or how does it affect accepting the changes in some paragraph that contains citations generated linked by Mendeley? Does it create some break in the links? That's a very good question. I unfortunately haven't tried this yet, but I think the best thing to do is to try it yourself. I don't know what institution you are from. If you're one of the institutions that have access to Writefull, you can try it yourself super easily. If you're not, you can still use Writefull, just in some limited version of it. So there is a free version that you can still use. So feel free to try it, and I will hopefully try it until the next webinar and know it then. But unfortunately, I don't know yet. Or yes, so I think you need to try it. Any more questions, please? Just to say, if you think of any future questions, feel free to write a message either to me here in the Czech Republic or to my colleague Miriam in Slovakia, and we will get to you. Just for fairly technical questions, we might not be able to answer you, and since you're here writing in English very well, it might be easier for you to contact Writefull support directly, which you can find the email down here is the help center, and you can see the support@writefull.com link, the email address that you can write to them, and they're very helpful, because with some more technical questions and some questions about the installation and things like that, I might do the same thing pretty much. So by writing them directly, you're removing some delay between transmitting the messages to me and me giving over the messages, so it will be faster. Any other questions, please? I get an error message when I want to log in. It looks like there's an issue with your email or password. Have you already created, signed up with the account? Because if not, you need to create an account, and it will direct you to the browser. And need to sign out. Okay, and oh, broke the website. It seems. Oh, okay. Here you need to sign up, and by using your email address and creating a password, it should hopefully work. Otherwise, if it's still not working, and I assume you're using your institutional email, if it's still not working, just shoot a message to their support, and they will help you out. But I think it should be working, honestly. Like, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't, but Mariano says that I guess after you create the account, you should verify the email following the link of an email you receive. Oh, maybe it might be that the verification. Maybe I'm not sure. If it's not working for you, feel free to either write to me or preferably to the Writefull support. All right. Anyone else? Okay, it looks that everything is clear. If you think of anything, feel free to shoot me a message or write to the Writefull support directly, and I will send you the link to the record. Oh, okay, good. I was worried that I wasn't recording. I will send you the link to the recording probably early next week, hopefully, and yeah, I hope that Writefull works out for you. I hope you find it useful in your writing, and good luck with everything. And thanks for your attention. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.